Okay, so let's hope it works. You got a line in the way. Uh-huh. Okay, good to go. Sorry. Where to begin? If you've been watching my feed, time for any reason, you now know that, yeah, I'm going through a major depressive episode. Uh, this has to do with personal shit happening, but it has to do with shit that happened so much further back than all of that. I'm I am sick of the mental health care system in America. No, I've spent days. The crisis hotline, I called them. I spent hours waiting to talk to another person, trying not to put this burden on anyone that, didn't ask for it other than myself. And I can't do that because, I mean, mental health here in America is not for people that are poor. If you have nothing and have come from nothing, you are not going to get mental health in America. If you do not have insurance, if you do not have some kind of help, nothing's going to happen. And so it is not going to happen down that venue. They're not going to help me. And that's fine. Fine. I live in a capitalist society. I should have grown used to that. There are so much more terrible things happening to other people all across the world. I don't care. I'm sorry. I can't. Because my empathy has got me to the point where if I watch all of these things, I can't help. There's nothing I can do for any of you except be here and talk. That is my only source of anything. I can draw my pictures, I can do my poetry, and I can talk. I can sit here and look like half a fucking madman and talk to people. Sorry, my hair is bothering me because it looks like shit on camera. It needs to be brushed, and it probably needs a bath because I haven't had one in 3 fucking days. Or 4. Maybe 5. I'm not sure. I have been in a massive depression and have gone from, yeah, I think I'm going to do it, to, no, you can't. And to all of you who have helped me, to all of you who have talked to me over the past few days, thank you so much for sitting and talking to me for hours and just being there. All of you, thank you ever so much for just being there. Because it does feel like I don't have anyone, but I do. I have a small support group. There are people in this country that don't even have that. And those are the people who we don't even hear about anymore. If the news reported the number of suicides just in this country, just in this area, they would, wow, maybe, raise some awareness about what those numbers are. Raise some awareness about how many people are going through a health crisis, not just mental, because this isn't just mental. This is also, I've got some physical things wrong that, compound on top of it. But nobody in the media is going to do that because then they would have to acknowledge that something's wrong with the country. And it is. Something's drastically wrong when we have placed the profits of the corporations above the needs of your people. That being said, what can we do about it? You've got a two-party system and they both work for the same corporations as all of us. This is not a democracy anymore. It's a corptocracy. The corporations who control the lobbyists, who control the politicians, run the country. And if you can't see that, I mean, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. You know? It's like, nobody paid any attention to Carlin when he was alive, and we're still not paying any attention to him now that he's passed. They do not give a fuck about us. So whatever they're doing isn't going to affect those of us who have nothing left. There is something freeing about having nothing left, though. I no longer have a license. I no longer have any form of identification that isn't out of date. I no longer have the will to drive either. Because me not driving? Oh well. You know, I'm alive without it. I can live without it, hopefully. Without me driving. I still might need a ride from you from time to time. Let's be honest. My mind is all over the place with everything that's happening. And if I sit here and think too heavily on what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in DC, what happened with the vaccinations and the masks and the grifters and the new form that the Republican Party has taken and the old corporate Democrats versus the so-called progressive newcomers, then I'll go mad. Or then I already am. So, back to mental health. Specifically, it is my own mental health that I am concerned about today, because I'm the one that has been thinking of doing things that I don't want to do, but I do, if that makes any sense. I feel as if my worth as a human being is not adequately, so I feel worthless while demanding that all of you, not all of you, but all of them pay all of us what we're worth. The irony in this is not lost on me, if it's even irony or, I don't know what the fucking word is anymore. Since COVID hit me, my mind is different. It does not fire as fast. It doesn't work as fast. I forget words. I reached out to the hotlines because I was done. I was so fucking done. Last night, So I was just gonna walk off into the middle of a field somewhere where my body would never be found and just become a missing person. And if it wins, that's what'll happen. That's what'll happen if it wins. That's not what I want. That's not what anybody fucking needs right now. But that's the fucking sad reality. And then I sat down and I turned on fucking Netflix. I turned on Netflix and I watched a comedian who, I mean, she had problems too, but she made it a lot more humorous. You know? And it's not fucking funny, but it is. Because if you don't fucking laugh at it, if you don't laugh at it, you're gonna fucking die from it. You either laugh at it or you die from it. And that's the way it is. It shouldn't be that way, but it's how it had to be. There's not a comedian alive who hasn't had something like this, I'm sure. Because it helps us see the way life is, the way it's meant to be, I guess. I don't fucking know. The dark side, it helps us deal with the dark side of everything that is life. We make fun of tragedy so we don't find ourselves rolled up into a little ball, bawling our fucking eyes out, or not doing the dishes for days on end, are not doing what everyone expects us to do, or whatever, you know? I've lost my train of thought, and that's what happens. I'm not the only one going through this. I'm one of millions of people suffering in the country because we don't know how to handle shit anymore. And that's fine. We shouldn't fucking have to. We should have a support network that reaches out to people. There's a lot of people that don't. Part of me wants to sit here and bitch about the wait times. But if I do, I'm afraid you're going to blame the people that are actually putting their time and effort into helping people like us. That are putting that effort in. And knowing, going home at the end of the day, knowing that they can't reach all of us because they're outnumbered. I was, in the end, unable to get a hold of anyone. I watched a comedy special. I do not remember her name, and I wish I did at this time. But it's a new one on Netflix. And she talks about, you know, getting on the pills and getting help. I don't want to be on the pills, but I think I better. Because, as she pointed out, if we're unmedicated, it's not our problem. It's not. It's all of yours. Because if we can't function in society, you're the one that has to clean up after us. You're the one that has to take care of us after we have a mental fucking breakdown. It's costing you more money to fix our messes than it is to just fix us. That's what you don't understand. It is not that we are completely broken. It's that this is how we have been made. To show you some fucking compassion. To try to convince you that the almighty dollar is not almighty. That we deserve to be helped. That we could help ourselves if you helped us a little. I don't know if this will reach anybody's ears that has any influence or power over these things. I don't care if it's a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care if it's a corporate lobbyist. The people of this country are sick. And we need help. But you won't help us. So when we destroy society because we don't know how to function in it, this is what happens. You save money if you save us. But you won't do it. Because I don't fucking know. I cannot begin to imagine the heart and mind that looks at another human being suffering and goes, man, nothing in it for me. You can't make a fucking buck off of it? So it doesn't matter to you. And already most of you've got more money Not most of you, no. I'm going to take that back. A small minority of you have more money than you'll ever spend in your fucking lifetime or your children's lifetimes. The world will end first before you run out, before your family runs out. Maybe one of them will help us, huh? Maybe by then it won't be too late. We've made everything about money, and, well, it is that it is. What was it? Sarah, Sarah? What will be, will be. Comforting. That is comforting. What will be, will be. But there's also I am that I am. I am that I am. You work to change it your whole life. You play by their rules your whole life. And what do you get in return? I mean, what have we gotten in return for playing by the rules? I don't have anything to show for playing by the rules. I don't have anything to show at all to anybody. I've got me, and that's it. I'm here. I'm standing right here. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. You fuckers are trying to kill me. And I'm not going anywhere. Grinding me into the goddamn dirt and... fuck you. Fuck your corporate capitalist society. Help someone when you can. To all of you that have helped me over these past few days, I thank you so much. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to look after the things that I can and do what I can where I can. Because that's all I can do right now. I will try, to be better. That's all I can do is try to be better. And I realize at this point that American society is not going to help me, especially not here in Texas, where profit before people might as well be our new state model. Because that's what we do. That's what we do here. It's profit before people. And societies have never survived that model. When you place the value of gold before the value of a man, your society has already doomed itself. No society has survived it. And ours won't either. We can do better. There's better ways to do things. There really is. I know I'm offering a lot of complaints. Well, let's brainstorm some damn solutions. How about that? I've been role-playing my whole life. I've thought of thousands of different societies. Why can't we use it? Why can't we look at the societies like that? A thought experiment. It is what has shaped our country for years. The thought experiment of democracy. Had it been tried before? Yes, it had been tried before. Had it ever succeeded as far as we knew? Not completely. It has never completely succeeded. You have to put a check and balance in place. Democracy rampant is corporatism. Except now they make all the rules. They're in charge. There is no perfect form of government. There never has been. There never will be. But there are more perfect forms of government than the one we currently have. A modern society must make a modern change. And if their first question is who's going to pay for it, fuck you. That's pure and simple. You should not ask how we take care of people or how much it'll cost to take care of them, but how to take care of them. We'll deal with the cost as best we are able, because everyone in society deserves a chance. I'm going to end this right now. Not in that way. Thank heavens. Thank all of you for that. Stay tuned. Because I think this might be my new therapy. If I can't afford the therapist, then maybe you're all my therapist, because all you're supposed to do is sit, listen, say your piece when you have to. Oh. I'm not going to answer any of the questions below. You can DM me. Thank all of you. I love you very much.